Hello and welcome back to Redirecting. I wanted to cue in on this particular subject that I'm about to talk about because I've already kind of touched on it because of some posts that I have seen on Facebook and other places as well. And then I recently had a viewer share a very disturbing video with me. It is a video that just kind of speaks of the mindset of a lot of people right now. In this video, there are so-called black men who are making light of what's happening right now, and they're using this as an opportunity to come at black women. Now, this is nothing new. This is a subject that we talk about often. And I want to go ahead and issue this disclaimer right now to my brothers who are not doing these types of things, and you don't condone these types of things, you're not for it, please spare me all of that extra stuff. Now, a lot of my brothers, they watch this stuff, they understand where I'm coming from because they're like, look, that does not describe me. I'm not one of these fellas, so they're not offended by it. And so I'm trying to figure out why I get so many brothers who come on here who are offended when I say anything that a so-called black man is doing or saying about black women. Why are you offended by it? If I'm just talking about narratives that are put out here, things that I myself may have experienced or people that I know have experienced. It kind of sounds like when we as so-called black people talk about racism, how the offenders get offended. Okay. I said that at some point I'm going to talk about a video that was done by a young man who is comparing the way black men treat black women to how we are treated as a people by other nations. He's saying that it seems like they're taking on the same attitude. Now, it's not me saying it. It's a young man saying it, but it's something that I've thought about before, and I have discussed with my husband. We've discussed the fact that there seems to be this anger when a black woman talks about her experience with a black man, just like there's this anger when black people talk about their experience with white people. Very similar. But anyway, I'm hoping that you all can just hear me out. If this is not you, if you don't think like this, then don't get upset about it. But anyway, there's a video. It says, it's titled, "Will Rona Give Black Women a New Attitude?" Now, some of the comments that the viewer shared with me, I guess these are some that stood out to them. I saw even worse comments than what this viewer shared with me in going to the video. And I'm not really trying to send traffic there, but it is what it is. And it's not for us to be so angry and embittered towards one another. This actually shows a very deep problem that we have that's an awful problem. And to make light of this and continue on in this foolishness, it just shows the mindset of some people that they just thrive on foolishness and they don't want to rise above it. But anyway, I've already talked about the fact that this virus has affected people around the world in many different ways. Some are getting sick and dying. Some people are affected financially. Just so many different things, right? Why are people so fixated on trying to harm one another in this time? Anyway, here are some of the quotes. It says, if it goes on a month, this is what one man said, if it goes on a month, we'll see a severe attitude adjustment amongst black women. Now, let me get this straight. A lot of so-called black men have already vowed that if any type of disaster happened, that they are not going to be there for the black woman. She's on her own. I mean, this is way before this. I've seen comments on my channel and other channels as well, and in videos where black men are already saying, black women, you're on your own. Without saying it, is already happening in many cases, right? And so they're saying that we'll see a severe attitude adjustment, as if black women are going to be groveling or coming to the black man begging for help. Let me read some more of these comments here. It says, for you guys that like to trick, the world's going to be your oyster. Who? What do they mean by that? Whatever do they mean by that? Okay. This other one is just disgusting. The price of whatever is going to go down, way down. So, so this is how some of our men are thinking. You're thinking about this, that the price of is going to go way down. So during a pandemic where the world is shut down, you're going to be actually out there looking for it in the first place, and alerting your brothers, your ox, your pals, your buddies, that the price is going to go way down, while other people are out here planting food and making plans. You're making excuses and planting foolishness in the minds of other men. Okay. And then this other comment says, start making more demands on these chicks. So this is all a big game. All a big game, I see. Very foolish game at that. Now, I saw other comments where they were saying that the black woman is going to run to her white daddy. Okay. Run into it. That statement really confuses me, as if it's as if these men actually think that something like that exists. Some said these women will never change. You know, just a number of different comments going on here. Not even trying to begin to fix what is happening between us. Okay. Now, I like one person, they interjected into this foolish conversation. They said, get those vegetables and herbs and seeds, brothers, and some candles. Get some candles. In other words, they're like saying, let's redirect from this foolishness and get yourself some vegetables and herbs and seeds and candles. Why are we even talking about this? Now, listen, I would say to black women, especially those of you who already know these kinds of conversations are going on, don't be those foolish women, silly women laden with sin that fall victim to this. Keep it moving. Let them talk this foolish talk. Don't be the one who's going to, when they say the price is going to go down on that, don't be one of the ones who lets the price go down and you be the one who they're buying. Don't be that one. Making demands on what kind of demands is he referring to? Now, I don't understand the thinking behind all of this, because if you are powerless to help yourself right now, what makes you think that you're going to gain more power during a time like this to where you can make such demands? Attitude adjustment. Said they're going to see severe attitude adjustments among black women. Guess what? I'm seeing severe attitude adjustments amongst everybody, not just black women. So this shows you that the object of their hatred, the world is going to be your oyster. Explain to me how during a time like this that you think the world is going to be your oyster. That's some foolish talk right there. Foolish talk. I would like to see some more realistic conversations. To where our men are talking about what they are going to do to pull themselves and their communities out of these situations. This man says, don't help these bees after all the hell they have caused. Let that so-and-so fall. I don't see any videos where white men are saying don't help white women after all of that they've caused. I don't see. Now, for those of you who would argue and say, well, white women don't do this, that, and the other, stop lying to yourself. We already know. I've already talked to a number of brothers who have come clean with their real relationships with these women. And I've already seen for myself what happens in these relationships. So stop trying to say that she's different. Okay? Trust me. We know what you're called. We know when they get angry at you, they're calling you the N-word. We know all of this. So just cut the stuff when you say that. End these foolish conversations. And women, listen, to the daughters of Zion, don't allow yourself to fall into these tricks and snares with these types of men. It's better to wait for what the Most High has for you than to be trying to deal with someone who thinks of you in this way. Now, when I talk about these things, I'm talking about this particular video. Okay? This particular video. Because there are those who will say, well, women are this, that, and the other. We already know that women have their issues, but we're talking about black men who are plotting in such a volatile time to say and do things concerning black women, to set them up for whatever, for sexual pleasure, or telling them they want you to just fall on your face altogether. Don't look. Well, before this, you said don't look to you for help. So what's the difference here? I've even seen some brothers who were actually upset that they were not going to be getting a stimulus check. I've seen that on social media where they said it's another plot against the black man. They were saying that they're not going to get a stimulus check because of back child support for a baby you created. Or should I say a baby you made. The Most High is the only creator. But back child support for a baby that you made. All right. And this man says, I guess being strong and independent won't cut it if you're worth $5. See, all of these statements that come forth out of these people's mouths, they are going to have to give an account for that foolishness. This is foolish talk. We should be talking about how we can all get through this together. But it's very difficult when you have people who think like this. Then you have some people who are always conniving and plotting and planning. It's just so much dysfunction in the black community. And you have other people sitting and watching with a shaking of the head, saying, Look at them. Here's another one. All of these hair salons and nail shops looking bare, and the hair hats looking rough, literally from head to toe. See now, sisters, you gave that one to them. Now, it's very childish and foolish for them to play this hand because they should be thinking above this stuff right now. Like the one person said, get you some seeds, get yourself some herbs, start doing something productive. But when you make this the most important thing of your life, to where I've heard of women who go to get their nails done and leave their babies sitting in the car to cook. Babies in the car because you got to get your hair and nails done. In many cases for men who mean you no good. Problems galore in the black community. Even in a time like this, we can't, not all of us, okay? Some of you like me to just break it down and say not all, but some. Come on now, stop deflecting. You know I'm not talking about everybody. But even in a time like this, our people can't even just sit down for a moment and be serious. Strategize. Dysfunction is one of those things that really bothers me in the Black community. And to see this type of behavior displayed over and over, like there's a bunch of children in adult bodies, is very sad to me. Very sad indeed. For those of you who can rise above this foolishness and the nonsense, please do so. Leave all others behind. If they want to stay childish, juvenile men and women playing silly teenage games, so be it. Okay? If they want to flood the comment section with immature fourth grade comments, so be it. But for the rest of us, let us repent and rise above this nonsense. Get you some seeds, grow you some food. Take life serious for a change. Okay? With that, I am out. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.